urgency. I want to talk about this for a second. It's been something that has honestly been ingrained in me ever since I was a kid, and I'm sure most of society can say the same thing. When we have this sense of urgency, I mean, think about like the very first time you felt, just kind of like, we have to do this, we have to go. Like even when you're a kid running late, like we have to get to school, get on that bus right now, whatever the case may be. And then we grow up and there's always that sense of urgency to be on time, to get this project done, to be the best, to lose this amount of weight, to do anything pretty much in this world. Society has placed this notion upon us that we have to do it right here, right now, that there is no time, it's gonna be gone before we know it. We have to do this now, and then, we'll be worthy or we'll be rewarded or whatever the outcome is. And this is something that's been really kind of weighing a lot on me recently, especially as an entrepreneur. It's kind of been weighing heavily on me just in that sense of I'm developing a lot of these amazing things, and I'm taking my time and curating and creating and doing my research, and it's taken me a very long time. But my ego gets in the way, and it's constantly, okay, well, you need to have this out by tomorrow, or you need to have this out by next week. And then, oh, wait, you're not seeing this number on, data or analytics, or whatever it is. And my ego brain goes, okay, well, it's not that instant gratification. It's not good enough. I'm not good enough. Everything's going to shit. I need to freak out, stress out, and then something magical will come from it. But that actually is what hinders us. So me having that example of being an entrepreneur and having that sense of urgency at this time in my life, but I kind of want to bring it also to the area of body image and just overall health and wellness with the body, because let's rewind, 7-8 years ago when I had this sense of urgency to lose weight and to have a certain body image, because I believed that if I was like 115 pounds and, a size 2, that, I would be beautiful and I would, attract men and get that attention and be worthy and be valued. And first of all, that's completely wrong. But that sense of urgency made me just push and push and push for this. I would literally Google, and it'd be like 11:30 at night, everyone's in bed, and I'm up with feeling super anxious about having my stomach, just having a little bit of softness, having a little bit of, that little pooch people call it. I don't even like that word, but ladies, that's just, we're made to create humans if we choose to. But biologically speaking, like that's just why it's there. It's not a bad thing. Sorry, kind of digressing a little bit. But first of all, not having that understanding of, that is there for a reason, but then also attaching it to this sense of worth. And if I didn't lose the weight, especially the summertime comes around, spring hits, and I'm like, oh shit, I haven't lost this weight, I need to exercise more. So I would just be rigorously exercising and eating less and really being, going through my destructive eating habits. And that whole stage, it was not all, but a majority of it was this sense of urgency. You have to do this now or you're not going to be worth it. You have to do this now or you're going to be miserable in the summertime. And it's really, really messed up. I really am coming to a place with urgency in general. And we even have things, in today's day and age where new products or new promos are coming out. And then again, it's this sense of urgency to try to get you to buy things. And so it's everywhere. No matter, you can find some kind of aspect in life, urgency is going to be somewhere in the background saying, come on, do it now, do it now, do it now. But why? Why do we need to have these things in our snap of a finger? Will we feel better in that instant? If you were to look in the mirror and say that you were not feeling good about the way that your body was looking. You're like, okay, well, if I lose 25 pounds right now, everything is magically going to be cured. Realistically, if you did lose that weight, I'm not saying that you won't be happy about it, but it might not bring you that satisfaction that you're actually looking for. Taking the time to slow down, to actually be mindful of whatever process you're going through. Again, whether it be entrepreneurship or anything else in life, wanting to have kids, losing weight, getting in touch with your body, finding a new house, like any realm. Underneath it all, there's all divine timing. And you don't have to be religious or anything to have this sense that there is something bigger than us out there, whatever and however you choose to believe. There is a bigger plan. And as humans, we have free will, we have free choice to move and navigate and kind of create the life that we want, or, just create our lives in general. And with this divine timing and with this understanding of yourself and why things happen for a reason, there's no sense of urgency with the universe. I mean, you think, seriously, think about nature, think about trees, think about the seasons. They don't go, it seems to us like they go like boom, 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 but that's just our perception. But realistically, we have 12 months of the year, 4 different seasons, 3 months in each season. That's quite a bit of time. And the way that the flowers and the trees and all the other greenery and plants kind of ebb and flow and grow and then lose the foliage and, go away for the winter and come back up. And they all have their own rhythm. No one is in a race. No one is worried about the timing or the day or the month or the year, or what season it is, and if it should be blooming, and if it's ripe, or if it should be growing, or if it should be losing foliage. And that's what we need to come back to. We are a part of nature. We are human beings. We have lost this sense of ourselves, and we've come into this state of society in this matrix, just constantly going, doing it at 100 miles per hour, going all day, every day, and just trying our damnedest to get to that end goal or point or reward or whatever it is on that end. And if you look back, think of a couple examples of when you wanted something so bad and you pushed and you pushed and you pushed, and maybe you got it, but then you're like, oh, this is it? But understanding that divine timing, understanding that there is no rush. We are the ones who put that pressure on ourselves. We are the ones who create that rush. We are the ones who have molded time to a place that we can perceive it and say, okay, well, we're only given this amount of time. I need to do this, and this in order to get to this point. And while it's good to have structure and plans and schedules, sometimes we also need to be understanding of the ebb and flow of life, the ebb and flow of our lives, Just each and every day is a different experience. Where you go, who you talk to, what you eat, how you feel, how you present yourself in the world. So take that time. It's okay to slow down. Actually, it's the best thing that you can do, because if you continue to push and push and push and go and basically go into the edge of burnout, you're telling the universe that you don't need it, that you don't want its gifts, that you don't want its blessings that it has waiting for you, because you're ignoring it and trying to do everything yourself. But when you finally release that need to just go and understand that everything is going to come to you. It might not be in the timeline that you want it. It might not be in the way that you want it, but it will be better. And that's the whole thing. We want the pot of gold at the end of the rainbow, And we're willing to do everything in our power to get there, except to pause, except to trust, except to just realize that we are worthy and miracles should be happening every day. We should be able to receive abundant blessings in a physical way, an emotional, in a spiritual way, in whatever way. We are the ones who hinder ourselves. We are the ones who put up these barriers and say, no, I can't do this, or I can't do that, or I'm not good enough, or no, it has to be right here, right now. We have been taught since we were children. It's definitely easier said than done, because trust me, I've been through my own battles, my own obstacles with all of this, and I still am continuing to do it. I'm human. I'm not perfect. I still have an understanding, but it's still easy to get caught up in these things. But it's a practice. It's a practice of understanding that the more you push, the more you try to force things, it's not going to budge. It might actually even have pushback, and something else might happen that's going to hinder that gift from coming in. So realizing that urgency is just a tactic. We don't need it. Now, granted, I want to say everything, like if it's a medical emergency or anything like that, obviously, yes, use a sense of urgency, but in the context that I'm kind of explaining it now, just with life in general, it's okay. Slow down, take a breath, reassess your plans, and then leave space. If you are someone who loves to have a schedule, a calendar, a plan of action, that's beautiful. But always leave space for life. Always leave space for the what ifs, or things that you didn't think of, or the new things coming in. Because things are always changing, they're ebbing, they're flowing, especially based off the choices that you make previously. So if you're in a rushed state, and you're panicking and you can't think straight, and you're just, okay, I have to do this now, and then you make a choice and you're like, wait a second, that actually wasn't the best choice. You can take a few moments, literally pause yourself, like breathe in, filling up your diaphragm, letting your belly expand, and then gently letting that breath go all the way out. And doing that a couple times until you actually feel physically calmed, and then saying, okay, what is the best and highest choice right now? It doesn't matter when it's going to happen, just what is that going to be in this moment right here, right now? And when you continue to do this, you'll realize that the urgency is just a distraction. It's a distraction from you reconnecting to yourself, you reconnecting to the universe, you reconnecting to that higher guidance and understanding. It's a hindrance from you actually receiving everything that is waiting for you. And there are so many beautiful gifts, and they're just waiting on the other side, but all they ask is for a little bit of patience, a little bit of understanding. And through that process of patience and understanding, there's a new development of love and appreciation and perspective for anything that you might be going through. And that is how we learn and grow and evolve and become the best version of ourselves, so we can continue to teach ourselves, those around us, the generations after us. Because that's our purpose in life right now. You know, that is our purpose, is to evolve, to be better, to grow, and then from that create, and just create magic. So if there's anything that you can take away from my little speech today, remember that urgency is a distraction. You are in the perfect place at the perfect time. Everything is going to work out. Take a deep breath, work it out, write it on paper, and then let divine guidance and space come into those plans, because there's always more that's waiting behind the scenes. So take your time with whatever you're doing. Trust the process. Enjoy the journey. Take it day by day, because you'll look back and it will be an entire experience rather than whatever length of it is for you to get there of just anxiety and stress. I mean, the latter sounds better, right? Okay, I'll see you later.